Well, it's been a hot couple of days here. People are making hay. It was too hot for me yesterday, but this morning I got up and trimmed 2 horses' feet. And actually, there's been an east wind all day, which is making it nice and cool, but it's lovely now. Perfect now, no fly worry. And look how dry these tracks are. Once the wind gets up, doesn't take long. This is just going to be a short video. I've just walked down here in order to switch the electric back on this middle circuit here. I've been fixing a bit of fencing. Shock. Here we've got a fencer, a battery, and it's linked up to a solar panel. It's not a huge one, but it runs merrily away, so I'm leaving well alone. I'll switch that on again. You can maybe hear it clicking. I can, you probably can't. I must let a quiet pony in there to eat that long grass down, but I need to finish off these black bales before I do that, because they'll open them instead. But we're getting through it. This is last year's haylage, which is great to feed at this time of year, because they are pigs, and you know, if it was new stuff, they would just stand and hog it. Because it's a bit older and drier, it's perfectly adequate for them, because they're all fat. They're not as greedy, so it works out really well if you can overwinter it. I just bought in too much last year. After the year before, when we had nothing and it was panic stations, every bit I was offered I bought some. But haylage is problematic, it only keeps so long. Just look how dry this track is. Isn't it wonderful? Horses are up there. You look down here into the back, an entrance into one of the paddocks that they get a little bit of access to. Not very often, but now and then they graze that. They've presently got access in the next paddock, which thrills them, but you know, there's only enough grass to last 48 hours at the most. But the thing is, when it's dry like this, I leave them on. They spend ages hunting for the odd blade, they eat less hay, and they slim down a bit. Of course, if it's wet I can't do that, they ruin ground. There they are. Got roses coming out in the hedges here. Rose rugosa. I haven't got any power on that because it would be earth in it. And this is the track down to the greenhouse. I wonder if I should go along and close the doors. Still warm. I would have thought not. Do him good to get out. He'll come up on his motorbike later. So this is a new bit of track. It's only been in a couple of years. It's had no treatment. It's been used and that's it. He had to scrape a bit down the hill towards the shed because that got too slippy, so he's put steps in there. You've probably seen them on other videos. But you know, this is just, they've just done it themselves. This is surfaced by the horses. Dry weather of course, but it's not deep. You can see where it's blown away with winds like this. There's not actually much earth there. Don't know if you can see that or not. There's too much sun to see. It's maybe 4 inches and then you hit this gravelly stuff. And I leave the bits around the edge because they love just seeing it as anything edible. It's lovely and dry. This is when tracks work well in the UK. It's some dry weather. Having said that, this track's a lot better than it used to be because the topsoil's blown away on the whole. It's been scraped a bit, but that was never the intention. It was taking the muck off. You see, there's some muck here, so he comes and scrapes it maybe once, twice a year, not regularly. And inevitably, you take some soil. Now this was a deep bit that got puddly, so he had a bit of stone, so he threw it in. Just a bit of surplus. And it's made a huge difference actually, because it's levelled it up. It's not a hollow anymore. They do like to leave droppings along this bit. He'll probably scrape it again when he does the top bit, which he's threatening to do. I probably shouldn't speak at all. It's so windy you probably can't hear me. field it seemed a shame to take up too much space for gathering areas. This is one of them. Fed them here. They had some left actually. So when I see they're finishing all that off, I know it's time to move them on. We've got Cherry and her daughter Prairie. They're always together. I need to split them really, because you need to do a bit of riding. You're backed and no more, and we really ought to be doing something with you. Who have we got here? Here come the Terrible Two. Hi. They're all related, these. We've got these two brothers, Pharaoh, Freedom, Uncle Aztec here, who's out of the daughter of, no, the grandma of these two. Yeah, the grandma of these two. And this is another brother, also out of feather. So they're all brothers. Uncle. So Billy isn't related. She might as well be. We've accepted her beautifully. And we've got more relatives here. Way up. This is by the same father as the three brothers. Oh, will you stop it? And this is actually a son of Freedom. Daughter of Freedom, rather. This is Chintz. She's out of Cherry by Freedom. And this is another daughter of Freedom's. He had a lot of daughters actually. This is Sapphire, who really she must move on. She's doing nothing here, and she's a ground pony. Back the last year, of course, I'll go further, but she'll be a great horse, you can tell, you know. You just know with some of them. She'll have a bit about her, but she's sensible. And she's bonny. So, good home wanted for this one. This is Sapphire. And you're a daughter of Freedom, but you're out of Opal, aren't you? Hello, Grumpy Chops. You enjoying the weather? Bonny quarter horse this. Become very, very sweet of late and doesn't seem too concerned. A few bites on you. It was me nipping you, probably him. But she's certainly a lot less wound up about cattle than she was when she first came. There's cattle just across there. She was in the field just across the road from us the other day, and she never batted an eyelid. She used to. She sure did. Wish I could zoom with this. I'm going to have to get myself a posh camera, I think. Lovely evening. It's been a really nice day. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, they've got a bit of pasture, but you can see they've eaten it all down. This is the second day on it. There's no grass left. But it keeps them happy. I think if you keep them off the grass all the time and they can see it, it just makes them miserable. Stroppy. No need to have them stroppy, they might as well be happy. They're all content. Like this mare. She's been lame on and off for maybe 2-3 years now. It's a shame, but she's a damn good horse. I think it's arthritis, sadly. But she has days when she gallops around, so hey, as long as she's eating, which she clearly is with a belly like that.